Okay, this is lesson 31 still, and this is an extension lesson. This worksheet I'm going to list as lesson 31C, and you can see this title here, Geometry Homework 70. This one, it's just more practice problems, 1 through 20. I use the same worksheet also. It'll be the same worksheet that I use on the next lesson, on lesson 32, when I show trapezoids. But what I want to show here is these kinds of problems, number 31 through 38. You'll see some like this. Well, the practice tests that I've done, I've seen these come up where they give you one side and they don't give you one of the other side. It's a mystery. It's missing, but they tell you the area. And they'll say, find the missing side, or what is the missing side of this rectangle. So remember, the formula here for a rectangle is the area is the length times the width. The area equals the length times the width. That's an L. So here, if I know the area is 14 and I know the length or the width, well, let's call this the length is 2.8, and I don't know the width, well, what is this? Well, I got to find 2.8 times something equals 14. So this is where algebra comes in. When you take algebra, you learn how to do the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So if I divide this side by 2.8, this becomes a 1. So 1 times W, you're left with the W, cancels that out. So here, 14 divided by 2.8. So on the calculator, I got my other one back here. I got 14 divided by 2.8 equals 5. So therefore, this missing number here would be 5, okay, or 5 miles. Okay, so right there. And then I could check it. I can go 5 times 2.8. I go 5 times 2.8, and it ends up being 14. Okay, but sometimes they'll even ask, they'll give you 28, 2.8, and they'll say this one's missing, and they'll give you the area, and they'll say find the perimeter. Well, a lot of people will go, well, I don't know the missing number. How can I find the perimeter? Well, they expect you to first do this to find the missing number, and then add up the sides to find the perimeter. So to find the perimeter, just like in the last video, it would be 5 plus 5 plus 2.8 plus 2.8. You add up all the sides, and that'll tell you the distance around the outside. A special one would be a square. They don't have a square on here, so I'm just going to draw it like this. And they'll say the area, that's a perfect square. Well, it's supposed to be. All the sides are 90 degrees. And this side, we don't know what it is, and this side, we don't know what it is, but we know both sides are the same. And they say the area here inside is 25. You got 25 square miles. So I'm going to say miles squared. So how long are the sides? Well, I got to find, remember, a square is side times the side, or side squared equals the area. It's like this, I'll put it up here, equals S squared. So if I know the area is 25, well, the something times something has to be 25. So the opposite, again, you should have learned this in fundamental, where the opposite of the square is the square root. So here, if I square root this, I have to find a number times itself that equals 25. Well, here 5 times 5 is 25. And on the calculators, again, hopefully you can see this on the video, but you have this number right, or this button, the square root button. And if I put in here the square root of 25, I hit equals, whoops, I got to clear it first. I got the square root of 25. I hit the button, you'll see it gives you 5, because 5 times 5 is 25. So here, the sides will equal 5. So this side would be 5 miles, this side would be 5 miles, 5 miles, 5 miles. And they might say find the perimeter. So the perimeter of this one would be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, or 4 times 5, that would be 20, would be the perimeter. Okay? So this is every practice test that I have done, the readiness test, they had something similar to this. Okay? So you do this the same way. You would go, I know the area is number 30. I'm going to squeeze it in right over here. The area is 34.1. So therefore, I know this side is 3.1. So I got to find the width here, or this side, I don't know. So 3.1 times something has to equal 34.1. Okay, so did I work this one out? Yeah, but I did it wrong on my practice sheet here. So here, I'm going to go the opposite of multiplying is dividing. I go 34.1 divided by 3.1 equals 11. So the answer here, this side would be 11. Equals the width. And I could check it. If I go 11 times 3.1, it should come out. If I go 11, clear, I go 11 times 3.1. Yep, I did it right, 34.1. Okay, so that would be the answer to this one, be 11 kilometers. Okay, so how about this one? Well, again, they might ask you what's the perimeter, but you first got to find the missing side here. So 66 equals the missing number times 11. So, and you can have this as the length if you want. You can go length times 11. So something times 11. So some people will see right away, well, this will be 6. 6 times 11 is 66. So, or the algebra way is the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So therefore, the length would be 6 divided by 11 would be 6. Okay, so this will be, this missing number will be 6 feet. And then you can find the perimeter if they ask you to find the perimeter. I'll go ahead and do the rest of these up to 38 quickly here. Number 34. You got the area is 30 equals 10 times the number. Now in algebra, the missing number, sometimes they'll put the x. I don't know what this number is, 10 times something. Well, here you'll see some people, well, 10 times 3 is going to be 30. Or the opposite of that would be divided by 10. So 10 divided by 30 divided by 10 would be 3. So this missing number here will be 3 millimeters, will be the width there, or the length. I just can call it x. That's my missing number, would be 3. Then I can find the perimeter. And again, you can pause the video and then try them and see if you agree with mine. Because I'm glad I'm doing it here because I messed up on number 32 there when I did the practice run. And make sure I'm right. Let's see here. The next one, 35, is a parallelogram. So remember, you got to go here. The area is going to be the base times the height. If you look at that sheet, the parallelogram, base times the height. So here, the base we don't know, but we do know the height. Don't use this one. This is not the height. If they tell you to find, they might tell you to find the perimeter. So they give you the area. So you have enough information to find this missing number, then you can find the perimeter. And this is not the perimeter, this is part of the height. So here I would go 13.5 equals, the base I don't know, but I know the height is 2.7. So here 13.5 equals some number times 2.7 has to equal 13.5. So the opposite of multiplying is dividing. If I go 2.7 or 13.5 divided by 2.7, that will tell you, what did I get? Shoot, I gotta do this one. So 13.5 divided by 2.7 equals 5. So it'll be 5 centimeters. This would be a 5. Now I can find the perimeter. 5 plus 5 plus 4.5 plus 4.5. This will be 4.5. Okay? This is the height. You won't go plus 2.7 plus 2.7. You got to use the distance around. So that won't be 5 up there. All right? The last three then, this is another parallelogram. So here the area they give me is 48. So 48 is going to equal the base I don't know, and the height is 6, not 7.7. It's going to be 6. So therefore 6 times something equals 48. A lot of people will see, well, 6 times 8 is 48. Or if you go 6 divided, or 48 divided by 6, it'll end up being 8 is the base. So this bottom here will be 8. So therefore now you can find the perimeter also. So there might be, like I said, when I do the practice test, there's usually one with the square or one with the rectangle. I haven't run into one with the parallelograms. But you can see how the equation works. The big thing with the geometry is learning how to read these equations. Okay, these all deal with flat shapes, and these here, when we get into three-dimensional surface area and volume, these will deal with three-dimensional shapes, which are later lessons. Okay, then the last two, real quick, to finish this up. Okay, they give me the area is 32, and the base is 8, and the height, I have no idea, so I gotta find the height. So here I can find the perimeter. If they ask for the perimeter, well, who cares about that? You don't have to do all this. You can go ahead and do the perimeter. But they ask you for the height. Again, I haven't seen one like this, but this is good practice. So 8 times something equals 32. A lot of people will see that right away. That would be 6. Let's see here. Let's see, 32 divided by 8 equals 4. I would have been wrong. So this would be 4 equals the height, because 8 times 4 is 32. Okay, so that would be in miles. So that would be the height, would be 4. And then the last one here, you don't have the base. So here is 57 would be the area. 57 equals the height is 6 and the base is unknown. So therefore something times 6 has to equal 57, or 57 divided by 6. So I'm going to go clear. 7 divided by 6 equals 9.5. So the base here will equal 9.5. Because, yeah, it's kind of good to learn the algebra, because 9 people won't see that right away. Like, dang it, I can't, it's, well, let me just do it, and then you'll see it on the calculator. And then you can check it. If I go 6 times 9.5 equals, comes out to 57. Okay, so this will be the answer there. 9.5 would be the base. All right, I hope this is helpful. Again, I'll be using this worksheet for other lessons, and then the last video is just another worksheet that can give you more practice if you're still not comfortable. But these, usually by now, you have it down pretty well. All right, thank you, and I'll see you next time.